You just downloaded a coloring page and you want to use your watercolors and you don't know how to print it on watercolor paper. In today's video I am showing you how to print at home using your own printer and your own laptop, and you can print on watercolor paper. There are a few tips that I have for you, so if you are ready, let's get started. Hi, my name is Gabriela from TulipArt Designs, and I just opened my Patreon page and I am organizing creative workshops there where I provide bunch of coloring pages and also outlines so people can get started. So I assume that there will be a question: how can I print this on watercolor paper without ordering online, paying extra money, or going to the print shop? So in today's video I will show you how to print on watercolor paper using your laptop, and I'm using MacBook Air, so I'm sure you can do this using any other laptop, just a few small differences here and there, but it's definitely possible and the steps will be almost the same. And then I am using my Epson printer and I have XP6100 model, which is not the best and high quality, so I am not printing art prints and nothing really professional, but it's perfect for greeting cards or coloring pages, tracing pages, and the outlines that you can transfer on watercolor paper. So the first thing we have to do is to turn on the printer. So let me show you how I do this. Okay, so let me just turn on the printer. As I told you, I have the Epson XP6100 model. So I am opening, I am taking out this one and I am turning it on. I want to show you that if you want to print or A5, this printer has the option to change the size. So here you can adjust the size of your paper, and let's say that my illustration is A5. I will put my paper and then adjust these blue frames here so the paper is fixed. Then this has to go in and this has to go out. So now the printer is almost ready to print. When you change these frames for the paper size, the printer automatically asks if I changed the paper size. So here you can adjust it and you can choose the paper you have. So in this case I have A5 and I leave it like this. Then I can close this menu and now it's completely ready to print. And then I will share my screen so you will see what I want to print. So I have here the illustration that I just downloaded. It's an A5 size. It's just black and white. And I'm using my MacBook Air here, so I will just do the shortcut Command P. And then I will have the menu for the printer. Then you can just find your printer from the list. And you can definitely check the presets. Default settings I have here, but if you are using special paper and everything else for these settings, you can change them here from the menu. Then you can choose how many pages you want to print, which pages, but in our case I have only one, so that's everything. Then if you want to print in color or not, mine is just black lines, so I will turn off this option. It's not double-sided, so it's also off here. And then for the paper size I will choose A5 and I am just searching here, and then automatically you will see the preview here on the left side, and it will show you how this will be printed. You can for sure scale here or scale to fit, depends what size you have. If you want to print on A4, then choosing the A4 size, you will see it here how big it will look like. And if you want this to scale and have it, you know, in the full page, then you can say scale to fit, or you can just choose how much bigger you want to make it. My printer is loading, and then the last step, yeah, of course you have some extra settings if you want to check out. I usually just for this kind of thing I don't change anything else, because these are just lines, and then I print. Now the next thing I want to tell you is about the paper, and let me just go on my other desk and show you what I mean. Okay, so I wanted to share with you something that is about paper and the thickness. So there are printers that can print on watercolor paper, but mine is not like this, and I couldn't print very well. I can show you the example. So there are different thicknesses of the paper. My favorite one is Arches, and I use 300 GSM, which is quite thick paper, and I really like the textured one. So this one is cold press, and it's a very nice artistic texture. For this one I cannot print, or yeah, my printer cannot. There are professional printers and ones that can print on thicker paper, not mine. So if you still want to use the cold pressed thicker paper as I do, then I would recommend you to watch my previous video where I showed you how to transfer a coloring page on a watercolor paper, and I showed you 5 easy ways to do this at home. So this paper is definitely not an option. Then I have this more smooth, how to say, smooth paper. I have different thickness, and then this one is thinner, so it was absolutely fine to use for my printer. But then the thicker one was too thick, so the printer couldn't get it on time, but then it already started printing. So with this 1 second delay, you can see that the illustration was printed later. It's possible that I use A4 size, and then, you know, I cut my A5 shape of the paper, so the whole illustration will be in. But I don't really like the idea of wasting paper, so I am not really fan of this. But you can definitely go for it. So for printing with the simple printer as mine, I recommend just using thinner paper, or if you want to go for the thick one, then you need to print A5 PDF on the A4 size paper. I hope this makes sense, and I hope it helped for you as well. So when you are ready with all these steps, you just print and directly use your illustration and apply your colors on top of it. If you like to use wet in wet technique, probably this paper will not take it, but it's always worth to try it.
So that was it for today. I hope that this video was helpful, and if so, please consider subscribing for my channel and pushing the button for the notifications so you will not miss any video. Just before I forget, this illustration is part of my Ink and Color free ebook that you can get through my Patreon page that I just opened, so I'm so happy to share this free stuff for you. I will link it below. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Bye!